My name is Verina Gfader, and I'm based in London, and I have been invited to talk a little bit about mobilities and the territorial and kind of thought. I'm introducing a project I did recently with the artist Heath Bunting, who is based also in the UK, in Bristol.
And what was this project about?
The project, well, it's his ongoing project, Border Crossing, and the particular project I worked with him, or I was involved, was his border crossing at the border Hungary and Austria as part of an exhibition in Innsbruck, in the gallery in Taxisballet in Innsbruck. And I was at that time part of the curatorial team, and wanted, because of living quite close to him, I thought of developing something with him outside the gallery context and more kind of dialogical forms, and see what happens.
Was it about creating maps for migration into Austria?
Not really, but his project is about, he basically wants to make a guide for activists or for people who like documents for crossing borders illegally. So it's a very kind of serious project in this sense. And in order to do this or provide this guide, he needs some kind of visual cues and stuff to find his way through the border zones. So he has this map and creates his own map on top of that. So it's kind of layering to kind of orient himself to develop tactics depending on the environment, on the security issues, on his state of being, whatever. I mean, there are so many unpredictable things can happen.
But in your lecture, you also mentioned that there's also a certain amount of Zufall involved, like randomness.
Chance. In the sense of...
He's crossing the borders as well as the things he maps and then sort of represents.
I think that maybe is the whole idea about the map, that it's a map or something given a certain territorial structure. Cartography is always like a very kind of static image, and with this project it's kind of, there is another map basically explored, another type of map or another dynamic of a map, which is always a kind of moving map. So no map is the same thing, and you can't kind of in this sense draw a static image of any territorium.
Anything, basically.
Sorry.
No, no, being sorry for being fuzzy.
Okay.
Last question: What is your personal role? What are you, artist, theoretician?
I just work on maybe questions in art, in contemporary practices. So which involves also more, goes beyond this kind of categorizing art, probably. But with this project, for me, it was really, really interesting because my role really shifted, and so from curator to participator in the performance, but also a kind of random participation, marginal, and then to friendship. So there were kind of these different layers of participation and shifting roles, and oops! Okay. And I think that's maybe coming back to the theme of the day, this complexity. So the complexity happens in this sense on lots of levels, and kind of practice in general, methodologies, and also with regard to this project on the map and kind of the territorial.
And the very personal.
Yeah, totally, yeah.